Cena. You did get a little bit of the audio, so it turned into a radio show for a second there. But Cross did just pass. I think did T-Bone pit? Only heard.
Yeah, T-Bone just pitted. Also to mention, the rain is starting to come down.
It is raining. Alrighty.
Yes, it is. So this will make the race a little bit more interesting. It's still too early.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to affect much, but I don't think it's really going to affect Cross. He's got 6 seconds. He can just coast, but it's going to take a lap 2 for it to become wet enough to pit. And then it'll only be about 4 laps. Since there's no safety cars, they're not going to catch the field.
Yeah. I mean, you probably have to pray for a safety car to happen on lap 17.
Yeah, but
a 2-lap shootout.
Like I said, safety cars, they won't let me turn them on. Because for some reason they won't do it with 50-25 and F2 cars. So if you don't like that, please write your complaints to Codemasters. Not us.
Well,
don't shoot the messenger. Anyway, as we look at the rest of the field here, I don't really see much as it looks like Young Verstappen and Kruger are the closest battle here for 7. So like a real F1 race, we have to kind of look through the rest of the field to find our battles. Because I think actually Slotty and Jay are fighting for third. So actually proved me wrong, but Slotty has this 11-second time penalty. So it's basically redundant, because Slotty's 5 seconds ahead of J77, so he doesn't have to make this aggressive move if he doesn't want to.
Oh, that's super close, super tight.
And he pushes him wide.
Well, similar to Leclerc and Verstappen in 2019 in Austria.
I just don't get the purpose, though, for that, because he had, like, 5 seconds with time penalties. In the new update, they let you know the penalties, so
he got bumped as well. While locking up.
Yeah, he's probably not happy about that. Like, you pushed me, well, I'm just going to give you the chrome horn. As they're fighting right now.
They're still side by side, too.
Oh, they are. As he goes wide, and I think Jason will finally get the position with Slotty, but I don't think Slotty's going to let him go wide into the night. I would assume, anyway.
Yeah, that was a little bit aggressive, I will say. Pushing him up a little bit up the circuit.
I mean, but it seems like every driver's been aggressive. Like, no one has, like, I'm not gonna say not common sense, but it just seems like everyone's like, oh, it's like they think it's like the green light check in NASCAR. It's like, oh, 3 to go. Time just to full send it. It's like that meme. What am I gonna do? I'm still gonna send it. Yep,
yeah, I totally get you.
As rain is coming, if you are not aware, and but no one has made it yet. But would you risk it for 4 laps to go? I think there's no benefit to it or something. Or would you just limp around? I mean, if you're like now, let's say in like 7th or 6th. Oh, if someone goes wide there, that's T-Bone. But if you're like 7th or 6th, do you risk it and maybe try something and hope it gets wet enough? Or do you just kind of limp around?
Probably just limp around at the moment. Just try to see how the weather gets. Oh, a little bit of squirreliness from T-Bone, but probably just keep going. The track's still like dry at the moment, but I'd probably would say just keep it on track a little bit for the moment at least. Yeah. Looks like these two are still battling out for the final podium position, even though Slotty's still trying to battle, even though he's got 11 seconds worth of time penalties. He's gonna try to go around the outside into turn 1. He tries to go the switch back. And he got a better run, and he had better exit as well, with DRS telling him out, so he's got 3rd, but...
time penalties, though, as we pull them up real fast. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Find the right button eventually. There we are. Yeah, because Slotty does have 11 seconds, though, so... Oh, as it looks like J77 just hit the, tire barrier there. Did he slip it because of the weather, or just lost the back end because of these cars are basically rockets on wheels?
I probably would say because of maybe the weather has something to do with it.
Maybe, but
it's still dry, but like if the track's greasy and you don't have TC on, then yeah, it can be a bit of a challenge to drive on, I should say.
As we do have a viewer comment here saying that J707's 100 hours of practice is not paying off. Which
100 100 hours?
I don't know. In the group chat, I guess he does a lot of practice, so that commenter must know something we don't. Sorry if we roasted you, J707, if you watched as far as the video. You can shoot that man in the comments if you want. Don't shoot me. I'm reading the fan mail because we're just looking for things to talk about here. As T-Bone has now taken the lead over Pedalys at 15 seconds. But yeah, Cross is just checked out for first. Toss is checked out for second. Those are the last two winners from the previous 2 weeks. Now, there is a reverse grid. So right now, with Pedalys, it's going to get muddy. But I think Donut Glazer will be starting P1 if everything holds.
Yep, because he does not have a penalty at all. You know, only 3 cars have not had penalties. Cross Tommy, Jingos, and Donut Glazer.
So if he can just keep it clean, he will start P1. And I bet you Young Chess App and T-Bone are going to kick themselves because this could have been easily avoided. You guys could have avoided, like, I can understand 3 seconds, even 6 seconds. But once you get to 14 or 15, you got to change your line. You got to try something. You can't just take, as it looks like T-Bone got to lose there, but you can't just take 14 seconds with the time penalty. Like, yep, that's an accomplishment.
Well, I don't understand how you could get it in Austria. It's very hard to even do that.
It's a little because it was strict, that last corner. If you think about going wide, the game will be like, oh, we're knocking you. That last corner can be a pain. But so I can understand a couple. And it's also lapped as Jazz Stabbing gets another 3 seconds. But as you can see, I can understand why they get a couple, but I can, once you get a lot, like, then take those, because when I'm driving, if I get 3 seconds, I'm like, all right, I got to conserve those lines, and I got to make sure I don't get more, because Pedalys are detrimental.
Exactly.
As no one's going to pit, so I guess it was never really wet enough. His Cross is going to be coming around to start the final lap. Again, you're not really missing much. I think we do have a battle, though, for somewhere. I got to find down this track. No, that's 12th and 13th. I mean, one car's ghost because he's getting lapped, so nothing special there.
I mean, you probably would say the closest is 5th, but
yeah, even then,
is right now by 1.5 seconds from Jingos.
At least that's the one positive of the reverse grid is that the drivers will, like, it puts some of the slower drivers ahead at the front. So Cross and Toss are gonna have to work their way through the field, and then they'll have less time. So there is that. So, but considering again how aggressive they were last race, it takes one, let's say, novice makes an aggressive move in turn 1 and GG to your hopes. As Slotty gets another 3 seconds, he's not going to finish on the podium with all his time penalties. I think he's got well over, like, 15.
14 seconds according to the...
Yeah, he's clearly losing P3. But, so yeah, we start the final lap here. We got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Donut Glazer, Donut Glazer got a penalty too. So only 2 drivers will finish this race without penalties.
But I don't think it'll affect him too much, though. He should be able to get 8th.
Yeah, he still should get 8th. I mean, he just doesn't have to. Just don't go on a cutting spree. You'll be fine. As Cross Tommy is going to go around the final corners here, as we were riffing there, as Cross Tommy is going to go around the final 2 corners there, and he will win the featured race as he takes the last corner here. Now he will win the featured race of Austria and hopefully have a good performance in the sprint race coming up next. As Toss Myself will come around about 6 seconds behind him, putting around. He'll also do a little bit of a wave, and he will finish P2. And 18 seconds down the road, away from Slotty, his time penalty will not make him P3, but he'll at least take P3 on track, it seems. But that will change, it will seem. As we went from the cross, and he gets 5 seconds for an unserved penalty just to make icing on the cake. As I think someone spun in Sector 2-3.
That's a Carlin.
Yep, probably, yeah, it's Terry. Not really worth noting. Sorry, Terry. Timmy gets a penalty. So, yep, our top 3 is Cross, Toss, J707. Jingles goes up to 4th. Slotty 5th. Timid 6th. Crudity 7th. And then the battle for 8th will be begun because of the penalties. T-Bone's currently de facto P8, which will be the pole spot for next race. But I think Donut Glazer will take it if he crosses the line here. He will, and he will take the final spot of the reverse grid, while T-Bone will take 9th, and Young Chastain will take the final points-paying position in 10th. So,
boy, an interesting race there overall.
Yeah. And you're looking like, oh, at least it was raining. Nah, it wasn't raining for about like 3/4 of that race, it wasn't raining, so I guess these new cars they weren't ready for. They weren't ready for the new update.
But they do look fantastic, and plus I love the new tires as well.
Yeah, they are pretty, and they are pretty nice to look at. As Cross is going to go out and celebrate on the podium along with J707 and Toss. No, it's not J707, it's Jingos. Penalties are confusing me here. As Cross will get his second featured race win back-to-back. Can he hold that performance for the sprint race? We will find out soon enough. As Toss was the last week's winner in Bahrain, he'll be trying to rectify, make it 2 for 2 as well. Anything you want to add, Katie? Because it was a hectic race. You want to throw anything out there? Because Timid did set the fastest laps, and he'll get 1 extra point. But you want to add anything you see on this list worth noting?
Well, I mean, I guess you could. I guess Cross Tommy could take the rest of the field for the wins, since pretty much everyone was battling after the entire time. But
I mean,
congratulations to him.
Yep, he just checked out lap 1. Everyone was fighting. He just checked out lap 1. He was like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is your top 10. Fast lap goes to Timid, and that's going to be another good points haul for Cross Tommy, who leads the points, by the way, and that will help him out in standings. So he's going to be looking for a good second round here. As we will now head to that.
And it's 25% for the sprint?
Yep, this is 25%, and there are no pit stops. So this is just going to be a quick, this will probably be about, I want to say about 8-10 laps. I don't know offhand, though. Okay, this is bright and dry, so no rain in the forecast today. No question marks on that one.
Yep.
As we wait for everyone to ready up here, the park from 8 is off, so they can make some slight changes if they want, because that is a UNF1 rule. I don't know how many drivers will take advantage of that, because most of them have setups, so they will be presumably looking at their setups and thinking, oh, well, it worked last time, but some people may be willing crazy enough to try to make a quick change here, or try something different, so we'll see if anyone does that.
Yeah, but yeah, so let's see, 25%. I'm thinking this is going to be, yeah, I think this will be like 8 laps, like you said. I think if it was like 50, I think it was 50% if I remember correctly.
50 was 20, 7. It's actually 7 laps.
Oh, 7 laps, okay.
So they're going to have a little less time than we were thinking. As we wait for the field to go around here, I'd like to take this quick time to plug some things, because why not? We got to pay the bills around here, even though we're not getting anything. UNF1. If you like what you're seeing, we do a UNF1 League, which is on Sundays, but the season finale, which will be this week, will be actually this upcoming Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, where Cross, who's in the race currently, and Freddie Turu will be battling for the championship, so make sure you tune in for that. And then next Sunday will be the F2 race. I believe, I don't know offhand where they're going, but there will be another F2 race. Check Instagram. There's a Discord. You can join that if you like. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel, like and subscribe if you want. And yeah, basically there's your plugs right there. All that should be in the description, or some of the other videos. Watch the other videos. They'll be there too. So anyway, we'll have a quick run down the field here. Donut Glazers in first, Crudity in second, Timid in third, Slotty in fourth, Jingos in fifth, J707 in sixth. Toss Myself got disqualified in the formation lap. I don't know what happened while I was plugging. I don't know if you saw anything. Cross Tommy in 8th, T-Bone in 9th, Young Chestappen in 10th, 8,000 RPM in 11th, Terry in 12th, Highway Warrior in 13th, and Feed Death in 14th.
Right, so it seemed like they didn't learn their lesson after the first formation lap.
Nope. Well, look, I think something happened with Toss Myself, but yeah, 8,000.
Yeah.
He spun on the formation lap in turn 2. Spun again during the first lap of the race, and then assumingly spun again in turn 1. So we shall see what happens. Again, hopefully it's not 4 times in a row with a spin in turn 1. As they line up here, waiting for the 5 red lights. Donut Glazer has the pole position here and will lead him to the first corner as we wait for that last little car to line on up here. I think that's T-Bone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that would be T-Bone trying to get to his grid slot in 9th place.
And we got the 5 reds. We got a tail flag check 3 for some weird reason. As 5 red lights, and away they go. No, we got the glitch here again, at least on my screen.
Yep, same here, too.
We'll wait a second here. Hold on. And now we will go. Just got to get that little extra second there as it looks like Fidev's going for a crazy move. As Jingos is going to go for an aggressive move. Gets around one of the pink cars. As he goes aggressive in the turn one. Donut Glazer went really slow there. And it's going to
Carnage.
Carnage, you are correct.
Carnage
a lot of carbon fiber. Oh, Donut Glazer to the wall. Donut Glazer.
Oh, dear.
He's just all around. That's not good for our pole sitters. We got another.
Oh,
no!
Highway's in the wall again.
Correct.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no. No. That's all I have to say. It's happened again. As it looks like Timid is checked out as we're going to go through the corners here. As it looks like, I think everyone else. Oh, it looks like Fidev's going for an aggressive move.
Oh, Fidef going on the inside.
All right, he didn't take anyone this time. He spared his life. As we look around the rest of the field here, that is not good for Terry, Donut Glazer, and Highway. They're behind the 8 ball, and since it's such a short race, that's not good. As Jingos is battling that's not Feed. If Jingo's batting Cross for 5th, but Cross is going to get around him. Yeah, as Donut Glazer has retired. Yep, he retired. I think he just wanted to call it an early day after what happened turn 1. Not a good day at the office for him. Crudy's getting hounded by Toss My Salad, it looks like, and he may try to make a move going into corner 1 here. No, he'll just tuck behind, but he's maybe just trying to wait. As it looks like, again, Timid basically avoided Donut Glazer's slow corner 1 and was able to check out. He just basically did what Cross did, except he was able to avoid the carnage instead of being in front of the carnage. As Toss is going to try to make a move here, not he's just going to tuck back in line. But it looks like J707 is hungry as Crudy gets a little bit squirrely out of that corner, and it's going to allow J707 to try to make a move going to the corner as Terry gets a 3-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Okay. As it looks like Cross is hungry to try to get around because he wants to take advantage here as J77 can't get around. It looks like Cross is going to try to set up for a move here. Round the outside, which that will break into the inside. Nope, he'll just tuck back in and maybe just try to fight another day.
And also, can I mention, too, that Toss My Salad has gained 4 positions since the opening lap, so he's been doing a pretty stellar job at the moment. And Cross Tommy is up into 5th.
Is Cross going to try to make a move here? Nope, he's just going to tuck back in again. Oh, but Jay goes wide.
Jay goes wide.
Yep. I mean, perfect opening for the BWM cars. 1-2. They're happy after it looked like they were fighting. Yep, BWT. Thank you for the correction there. But they tangled almost during the feature race. Now they're 1-2. I don't want to give them a commentator's curse, but they're probably happy now. They weren't probably happy during the first race. But they're still going to defend his Cross. Going to try to make a move around the outside here. He will go a little bit too deep, but JW77 does too, and that's going to allow Cross to get a good runoff, as I think he will stop. He got pass and will get DRS. But I think J77 did too off of Toss, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, he will, as he'll try it on the inside. Oh, they touched.
Oh, it's way too desperate.
And he slided in, and he just body slammed Cross. Stewards are going to have an interesting conversation about that one. J77 is going to the principal's office after this race, as Cross is now going to have to lick his wounds and try to recapitalize here. Jingo's in 6th. Nothing else really happened. Timid's holding a nice distance on Crudy. Crudy's holding a somewhat good distance on Toss, and J77 is getting still hounded by Cross here. As it looks like Cross may... Actually, I think Toss may make a move here for 2nd.
Oh, he's going to try to go to the outside. But it looks...
He's going to go. They give me a kind of a terrible angle there. Oh, he turned him! They're both around!
Oh, dear.
They are in the tire barrier! Oh, no!
Oh, you were looking at someone else. I was looking at Cross Tommy and Jay. I'm sorry, but...
I actually had the perfect shot of that. It's just that basically what happened was that Toss went deep in the corner and he just went up, and I guess they touched wheel to wing, and they just both hooked, and they both went to the tire barrier. It was a fine move by Toss. I can't fault him for that, but I'd have to look at it again. But it looked like it was a situation where it's just that he went wide, and they just both went for the same piece of real estate, both got hooked, and both went around. And I'm assuming both of them has damage. I think Highway Warrior stopped on... He's backwards on track, and he's reversing.
What?
Yeah, he's going to get banned from this league for that one.
Yeah.
dangerous. That is stupid. Why is he doing this in a 7-lap race? I'm going to keep the camera on him. Ghosting is on, so he can't wreck anyone. As he cuts in front of the field like he was trying to take someone out. I'm going to keep the camera on him for a second here, just because I want to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid, even though ghosting's on, so we can write him up. Yeah, he's trying to wreck the field. I think Fretchy's watching, or whoever the commissioner is. Ban him for life. Make sure you ban him for life. Anyway, you hate to see that, though. You don't want to see that stuff in this kind of competitive racing. No. Whatever the issue is, take it privately. Yeah, now he's disqualified. Thank you.
Now he's disqualified. He's gone.
But yeah, you don't want to see that in this league racing. It's not right, and we got to weed these people out. But this is a we were looking for some grid people, so sometimes some cracks get through. But we'll fix this for next week. Sorry in advance for the viewer. Anyway, now we're off the somber moment. I don't think Cross is gonna have enough time to catch Timid, but who knows? He is catching a little bit. J707 is still on the back across Tommy, though. He hasn't allowed him to go drive off into the night. Jingles is in 4th. It looks like we do have an interesting battle for 5th. T-Bone and 8000 are fighting for 5th. As we got a yellow flag, I think someone went wide. Feed Death went to the sand pit.
That's Feed Death. Yeah.
Carlin. As he hits the corner here, it looks like he's gonna have an opportunity to make a pass. 8000 if he can do it. As I think also Young Chest App just got around Toss for 7th. He's gonna make a move here. I would not be shocked. 8000 makes a move here. Oh, he's going aggressive. No, he's going to tuck back behind. I mean, after what I've seen so far, I don't blame him for tucking back behind.
At least he kept it clean, though. That was a good move.
Yeah. I mean, he knew, I'm not going to make that corner. Let's not give something else to the stewards here today. They want to get home before the sun rises. As we do have a yellow flag in Sector 2, as it looks like T-Bone.
Oh, it's 8,000.
Yep, 8,000 goes around. As Young Chest Appen also got loose too, and he's just lost 2 spots. Slotty gets a 2-second time penalty. 8,000, I didn't see exactly what happened, but I think he went too wide. He lost the spot to Toss. Yellow flag Sector 1. What's going on in Sector 1? Looks like a car retired.
Yeah, I think that...
it's Terry. Yeah, Terry retired in Sector 1, so that's what happened.
Did Terry straight line into the wall?
Maybe? I didn't get a...
On the map, his car was on the left side of the track.
Either he straight lined the wall and gave up, or he just went off and retired and the car retired there. I'm not 100%. As Timid sets the fast lap, the race in lap 6, it's been a perfect race off for him. He's got one more lap, and he will take this if he can hold on. 8,000 gets a 2-second time penalty. Really not much else is happening. Everyone's kind of spaced out. But yeah, Timid's just... He basically avoided the carnage lap 1. He was able to check out, but I like to give points to Cross. Started 8th and was able to work his way up to 2nd, even after getting body slammed by, I think it was J707, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, true, he did have to get a little bit of lucky with that incident between Crudity and Toss, but racing is luck. I mean, it takes skill, but sometimes you have to get lucky. You can't take it away from it. Like, a podium's a podium, a win's a win, regardless of how it comes.
Exactly.
But as Timid is about to start the final sector here, as he's going to go through these S section here, and he can just take it nice and conservatively. He's got a 5-second lead. No reason to take this stupid. As he's going to take the final 2 corners here, and he will take the first one nice, and then he'll take the second one relatively cleanly. And yep, he will win the sprint race of the Austrian Grand Prix. Get in there, son. Timid with his first win in UNF2. Cross Tommy is going to come across in 2nd, and J707 is going to come home in 3rd, with Jingos slightly behind him for 4th. T-Bone in 5th, as it looks like Toss is going to try to make a last-second lunge. Will not be able to do anything, but with time pedals, he will take 6th. 8,000 in 7th, Young Chest Appen in 8th, Feed Death in 9th, and Crudy, who was in 2nd for a good chunk of this race, will come home in 10th. And Slotty, I don't know why Slotty's that far behind, but he was in 3rd for most of the race. He's going to have to wonder what went wrong here. Probably pitted, made head dent. Yeah, incident lap 1. Yeah, and he will limp home, and the final points, not final points, but he's fighting for the wooden spoon, basically. And, yeah, and he'll come home in 11th. 1 point away from points. Could have worded that one better. But anyway, yep. As that is your final 10 years, we're going to cut to the podium special. As the driver of the day is going to be... Absolutely Cross.
I would
be correct.
Cross, yeah.
Yeah, he went the most positions up. That's how they like to award it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's reasonable. He went from 8th to 2nd, he got went 6 positions up. Positions, I should say, sorry. But no, good race overall from him.
As
good
here's your
job by Tibbet.
Timid, here's your podium. Timid was, I think, a late addition. So, yeah, he was a rookie this race. So that is actually a good second race for him. We will get Timid and Cross in here for a post-race interview. So we will set that up in a minute or two, as the German must be happy about his strong performance today, because coming in here and winning a sprint race is not a hard feat to do. So good on him. As we do a quick rundown of the top 10 here before finishing order here before I will invite him in here. Timid in first, Cross Tommy in second, J707 in third, Jingles in fourth, T-Bone in fifth, Toss My Salad in sixth, 8,000 RPM in seventh, Young Chastaff in eighth, Need Death TV in ninth, and Crudy will round up the points pay positions in 10th, while Slotty Bang 11th, Terry 12th, Donut Glaze 13th, and the man that doesn't deserve a name for what he did in 14th. Anything you want to add, Katie?
No, nothing much really. Just interesting race overall, but just congratulations to Cross, Tommy, and Timbit. Definitely Tommy won the round for sure.
He'll extend his points lead, definitely.
First and second. Yeah, by getting first and second in the feature and sprint race. So yeah, good job by him overall.
All right, so I will add Cross and Timid in here, and we get your questions ready because we'll be asking them some questions.
Easy.
All right. Adding those of them now. Back on here. I will also let them know in the chat if they are available. Timid, thank you for joining us. Please wait a second. Well, and Cross Tommy too, welcome for joining us into the post-race party here. Before we start, I do want to make sure, Cross, you've heard this spiel before, but Timid probably has not. So, Timid, can you please check your party settings in the party screen, please? And make sure that your chat audio, allow your voice to be shared is on always allowed.
It is.
All right, if you're good, and I'm assuming Cross is always on because he's been here enough times that he's heard this spiel more than once. So anyway, we'll start off with the featured race winner here, Cross Tommy. Cross Tommy, that was a good performance. So you basically just checked out on lap 1. You got pole, you got your 4 points, and then basically there was carnage behind you, and you just said bye-bye, and you checked out, and you just let him go, and you just said, all right, I'm done with this, and you just went bye-bye. So I don't think it was much of a challenge, but did you have to worry at all a little bit for what you did, like worrying about cutting or something, or was it just basically?
Yeah, I did have 2 warnings, so I had to be careful. But Toss My Salad's right behind me. He was getting a little pressure on me, so I just wanted to just keep calm, keep racing, run my own line. And so yeah, I got the win, and I got some points. What was it about?
I also like to add, as we saw, it was raining during the end of qualifying, but it was also raining during the last couple laps of the race. Was it kind of unbearable near the end, or was it kind of still drivable in your opinion? Like, did you think you'd have to pit for wets or ints, I guess, or did you think you could stick it out?
Slicks would have been better. You literally only have like 2 laps for wets. There is no sense. So you stick out in the slicks, it'll be fine anyway. Track was good, so yeah, we were good.
KD, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I might go flip over to the sprint race. So you start obviously from 8th because you finished it first in the feature, but you managed to work your way up to 2nd place, which is actually a good drive. But what do you think? Could you take us a little bit more from your perspective, from your sprint race, especially from going through all the carnage that was?
I just tried to. There was a big crash in front of me, so I just tried to maneuver out of it. So yeah, and I got P2, I guess. But we could have had P1. I got held behind by a driver, but it's alright. Still points, still podium. So yeah, that's all I'm worried about.
I think that wraps up the questions for you. Actually, I got one more. I think it was the J707 incident where he kind of made that aggressive move. I think you're gonna have to watch it over before you give me a comment. But do you have any preliminary comments for that move where you kind of body slammed each other, or door slammed?
Well, I had DRS. Okay. I had DRS on both straights. I had him on the outside. My tire was in front, but if you wanted to dive in front, I can take a penalty if you want me to. It's all up to the steward.
I'm not a steward here, so I'm not judging you. I'm just
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just
I don't
asking
know.
your opinion. You didn't have to give me an answer. You could have said, I'll defer when I see it in the replay. But you want an answer. I'll give you points for that one. They're fictional points, but they're still points. Anyway, Timid, I'll ask about the feature race first, and I think KD can follow up with the sprint one. But in the featured race, you were in the middle of that carnage, and you basically had to kind of survive. It was basically like Mad Max out there. So, any questions? What was your ideology when you're trying to survive that carnage? Just trying to get as high as you can, or were you thinking about maybe falling back a little bit, possibly to try to get a better starting position for the sprint race?
Yeah, I was starting P3, and I tried to avoid most of the carnage, and fell down to P6 or something, and then tried to be a bit more aggressive again, and then I had that crash with the Carlin, which already sent me to the back of the grid, but I knew that I had pace to get into the top 8 again, and that was my goal from then on. And luckily I got P6 in the end, and got a good start in this sprint race.
Yep. I do have one more question about the featured race, and that is that you and Crudity almost tangled. I can't remember the lap. I think it was on lap 12. We were watching that little battle you had, and you almost touched. And I feel like the Race Lab team is probably not a little bit happy that you almost collided. So, are you and Crudity gonna talk it out possibly, and maybe talk about personal space, or do you think it was just a racing incident and you'll both learn from it?
I don't know. I was trying to give him a bit space, but I didn't thought that he would just go for such a dive bomb. I was really not expecting him to be there, so maybe that's why I hit him a bit. But he got past, but I don't know what happened to him then, because he just was so slow afterwards. But I would say it was a racing incident, because there was no really much contact.
Yep, there's no right or wrong answers. We're just trying to get a little feel, because maybe you'll have to rewatch it and get a feel of it. So no real pressure to put an answer. So now, Katie, I'll let you handle the sprint race with your questions, or any other ones you may have.
Yeah, I think I've only got one, but pretty much for you, Timpid, you pretty much your race was a little bit similar though to Tommy's race, because you pretty much avoided the carnage. You finished with I think 6 seconds ahead in the lead. So pretty much, what was your just go through your little perspective on that race in terms of how your race broke down.
I tried to get the best start, and luckily I got up to P1 and had a 2-second gap after the lap 1, and from then on just straight focus and don't get warnings at all, so I don't even get closer penalty, and then just try to still go as fast as possible. Yeah, it worked out in the end.
I actually have one more question about the sprint race, because I saw Donut Glazer go incredibly slow. I know this may be kind of a repeat question, but Donut Glazer went incredibly slow turn 1, and I think that, I don't remember who was second. I think it was, I can't remember off my head, but he kind of got caught up in it. Were you kind of worried you were going to get caught up in Donut Glazer's slowness there, or did you think, oh, I'm good on the outside?
I thought I was good on the outside. That's why I was so optimistic to go there. I left him the space, and I saw, because he was so far at the inside, he had to brake so much for that turn. I thought I could just go at that runoff area, leave him enough space so I don't get hit from him.
Alright, I think that, you have any other questions for these two, KD? I'm good.
I think I'm pretty much good.
Alright, thank you, gentlemen. I hope you had some good races, which obviously you won, so you had some good races, but thank you for joining us, and I will see you next week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So anyway, that will do it for this broadcast of UNF2 here. Next week, we'll be going to Hungary, December 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. GMT. I don't know who will be in the booth with me. It may be Fretchy, it may be KD over here, it may be both of them. I'd like you, KD. I'd like to see you come back for another round if you can, if your schedule allows it. Because we had a nice little duo going there. But for myself, Pepsi, KD is also here as well, and he will say goodbye as well if he wants.
All right. Yep. Goodbye, and thank you for having me on Pepsi.
Yep.
It's
And
good being with you.
yep. So and also make sure you tune in for the Japan race, which will be December 20th, the UNF2 race. December 19th, the Japan race, and the UNF1 final. So thank you for joining us, and have a good day.